classic footy now on ITV4. It's Match Time Revisited.
More great drama? That's just the job. Trust a Trader, sponsoring ITV4 Daytime.
TrustATrader.com.
Hello again. We've 3 games from the First Division this afternoon, and crucial to the Championship race and providing plenty of entertainment as well, there's Manchester United against Spurs. And equally important, at the other end of the table, there's Sunderland at home to Everton.
With the game beginning to liven up in some measure, and Cummins is away through the middle now, blocked by Ratcliffe. Chisholm for West, Pickering is outside. Rowell, he's turned them. Oh, good effort, and Southall couldn't collect it cleanly. And Sunderland beginning to buzz.
And as a bonus this afternoon, with the goals from another match affecting the Championship, that's the one between Ipswich and Stoke City. And Dennis Law has 1 or 2 suggestions for the England manager Ron Greenwood, who names his squad tomorrow for the game with Wales a week on Tuesday. But we start at Old Trafford for Manchester United against Spurs. 3 previous meetings between the 2 clubs this season, Spurs winning all of them. The commentator is Martin Tyler.
When Mick Hazard scored the winning goal here in the League Cup back in October, his future with Tottenham Hotspur was still questioned by the club management. But Hazard has been so consistent since then that he's now entrusted with the responsible midfield role recently vacated by Osvaldo Ardiles. Spurs have Chris Hughton available again after suspension, so Graham Roberts is moved back to the centre of the defence to the exclusion of Paul Price. And Steve Archibald has recovered from a damaged ankle to take his place in attack. Centre-half Kevin Moran has produced the only 2 Manchester United goals in their last 6 games at Old Trafford. One of them secured a welcome win here against West Bromwich Albion on Easter Monday, and this is the same United side that was on duty then, with Scott McGarvey declared fit after treatment on an ankle injury. Manchester United then to kick off against the Tottenham side, who have beaten them 3 times already this season and who badly need a 4th win to sustain their Championship challenge. The points, of course, no less important for United, and a great sense of anticipation here. Ray Clements playing his 550th league game this afternoon. And the referee is Derek Lloyd of Worcester, who was once on the books of Stoke City as a player. Stapleton, and handball given against Hughton. Chris Hughton, who's missed the 2 games that Spurs have played already this week through his suspension. Kidman's cross, and it skimmed off Roberts, but behind him was Perryman. And Hoddle looking to release Archibald and picks him out perfectly. And Steve Archibald showing a little touch of rustiness and acknowledges his disappointing control. He looks for Stapleton and finds the head of Miller. Hoddle. Stapleton trying to halt him before he got into his stride. The pass was aimed for Galvin, who dispossessed Skidman. Possibilities for Tottenham here. Archibald! John Kidman showing perhaps that he is still feeling that injury. And Galvin took it away from him. Picked his man as he cut it back. It was Archibald who couldn't keep it down. Stapleton. This is McGarvey trying to link up with Robson. Tottenham able to counter that thrust easily enough. Koppel. An advantage had been played, I think, for Galvin, initially impeding Koppel. But the Second challenge by Galvin was clearly a foul. And a free kick this time for a push by Roberts on Stapleton. Roberts protests that Stapleton was backing into him. Never easy for the referee to pick the right decision in those types of instances, with both players jockeying for positions. Tottenham have to set the defensive wall. United have the free kick. And it's Grimes and McGarvey who try to mask the view of Clements. And it was Robson, and the England goalkeeper gets away with a miscalculation with the dive. Robson shot, Clements fumbled, and it's only a corner. Which was dealt with by Hazard. Albiston. Grimes got a touch. Clements can have an easier task now. And uses the ball superbly. This is Galvin. He gets it back from Crooks. Archibald. And it was Galvin who, in the end, fired the ball low across the face of Gary Bailey's goal. After Archibald had taken it away from Ray Wilkins, and Galvin had had the shot. Gidman, who has a real problem with his back injury when he strikes the ball long like that. Robson feels that it was handball by Roberts. But gets no sympathy from Mr. Lloyd. And goes off to take the corner. Moran launched himself at it, but did so unfairly. Tottenham have certainly looked secure as a unit in this first half, and occasionally sprung forward with some telling breaks from midfield. Galvin. Robson. It isn't the easiest of surfaces for the players, it must be said. Garvey trying to offer a target for Moran. United pick it up with Koppel. And Wilkins is beyond the far post. It's a corner off Perriman. Cross struck deep by Koppel, and Wilkins had taken up an intelligent position, but Perriman blocked the header. But the whistle that goes is the half-time whistle, with Ray Clements the busier of the two goalkeepers in the first half, and surviving one rather unconvincing save following a free kick taken by Brian Robson. Manchester United still with the problems of scoring goals here at Old Trafford, and at half-time it's Manchester United 0, Tottenham Hotspur 0. Steve Koppel, described by Ron Atkinson, the Manchester United manager, as being at the very peak of his form at the moment, and maybe United needing more of his natural width in this second half. Certainly been a frantic first 45 minutes, with the importance of the occasion perhaps getting to both teams, and a contributory reason to why the match at the moment is still goalless. United attacking the Stretford end in the second half. Hoddle, who produced the more controlled moments in the first half. Miller having to judge the bounce. Hoddle again. Hoddle. This is Crooks, and it's a good run too. Villar in the middle, and Hazard's arriving as well. Corner. It was Wilkins who got a touch at a crucial moment. Crooks was onside in a way. And look at Hazard covering the ground, but Wilkins just got there. Hoddle will take the corner. Roberts making his run around the penalty spot. And Bailey loses it and reclaims it. Bailey had made up his mind to come for the corner, but Roberts applied the pressure and no foul was given. McGarvey glances it on and finds Coppell in space. Miller and Stapleton tangling off the ball in the middle. Stapleton recovering to challenge Clements. The linesman flagged, the referee let play go on, but certainly Clements was in trouble in dealing with the cross. But this is Crooks, took it beautifully, and Bailey is helped out by Gidman on the line, and Garth Crooks applauds the pass that freed him. When Garth Crooks sprang through the middle, Bailey came out to try and block him. The ball rolled towards the United net, but Gidman was there to save them. McGarvey, good header for Stapleton, and it's Wilkins, and again the finish was lacking. Roy Wilkins must be wondering what he has to do to score in league football. He was well into the clear after McGarvey and Stapleton had linked up so well. Hoddle firing the pass forward in the direction of Crooks. McQueen across, which will give Tottenham the chance to make their substitution. Paul Price comes on for Paul Miller. Case very much of like for like. Price will go straight into the back four. Hoddle used Perryman as the decoy. Wilkins. Here's Coppell. Tottenham's turn to scurry back. Coppell will have to check the momentum to wait for help, which arrives from Gidman. Coppell again. Gidman had run offside. Wilkins is onside. Roberts away. Now Crooks. And Gidman showing skill of his own to beat Villar, and enterprise too of his own to take on Houghton and look for Coppell. Steve Coppell looking the most likely route to produce a goal for Manchester United. It's Wilkins, McGarvey and Clements and Roberts so close to each other, but there was no margin for error. Villar. It's McGarvey who got a toe in for United. This is Robson looking to use his strength against Hazard, who clearly pushed him away with the elbow. Tottenham certainly will have to look to their concentration here. Clements waits, and McQueen, McGarvey couldn't turn it in. It's frustration for United again, when three players converged on a loose ball, and Scott McGarvey was the one who got the shot. It was blocked. Here's Price. And Crooks was thinking of a pass in the direction of Villa. Moran. Same for McGarvey. Price beat him in the air. Perryman. Perryman looking to extend the range of the pass. And the feet were high by Grimes, and the free kick rightly given in Tottenham's favour. Forward from Hoddle, out from McQueen. Here's McGarvey. He goes on, outside Koppel, and then ahead of him. Koppel spotted that United had numbers massing on this near side. And Stapleton, was he wrestled there? He was! By Paul Price. And Manchester United have a penalty. That was the infringement by Price on Stapleton. Now, Frank Stapleton took the last Manchester United penalty and missed it against Liverpool. Clements and Hazard leading the protests. But Mr. Lloyd has given his decision. 20 minutes played in the second half. And Ray Clements is going to be booked for dissent. He saved the penalty last Saturday from Ipswich's John Walk. He's already saved the penalty this season from Kevin Keegan. And the man charged with beating him here is Steve Koppel. It's 1-0. Tottenham feel aggrieved. Koppel is delighted. It was hit firmly to the right of Clements and it beat the dive.
After 66 minutes of the game, the scorer is Steve Koppel.
So Tottenham must look for a response here to a decision that clearly upsets them. Koppel. McGarvey chases. Paul Price on the field, just a matter of minutes as a substitute, and giving away that penalty. Grimes. Here's Goodman. Koppel in the end using Wilkins. But they'd left Koppel, who's got McGarvey and Stapleton waiting for the cross. But Manchester United only get a corner off Roberts. McQueen waiting on the edge of the area to try to time his approach. Such an important weapon for Manchester United, but it reaches Stapleton. Clutched under the bar by Clements. With perhaps defenders' eyes distracted by McQueen's presence. Stapleton finding enough room. Crooks. Wasn't the kindest of bounce. Koppel. This is Mugabe with Price. Wilkins. Given a yard of space, can he make it count? With a cross that so nearly reached Scott Mugabe. If Tottenham are to pull this goal back, this is the man perhaps most likely to create that opening. Villar. Back. Perryman. Crooks, good turn, Hazard, and Bailey was down quickly, but Mick Hazard didn't get full power. Good turn from Crooks that lost McQueen, and then Hazard stepped in. Grimes. Koppel using Albiston. Wilkins wants the return from Grimes. He's slightly impeded as he made his run, but Albiston has won it back from Price. And the goal from Scott Mugabe. Two minutes left. It's Mugabe's first in the Football League, coming just 5 days before his 19th birthday. And he'll be grateful for the tackle there by Arthur Albiston on Paul Price, and the cross that was delivered right onto Mugabe's head. And the 3 points now belong to Manchester United. And it's a day that's brought great joy for Scott Mugabe. Robson. John Goodman has seen through another 90 minutes despite that damage back. He can play a safety ball. Stapleton makes something of it. Takes on Price. Grimes. Well, 3 would have been very hard for Tottenham to take. Here's Archibald. Now Villar, and a fine save from Bailey. And even consolation is denied to Tottenham. Really hit well by Ricky Villar, and Bailey covered the ground superbly. Crooks. After 3 defeats by Spurs this season, it's Manchester United's turn at last. Paul Price who'd been on the field just 6 minutes as a substitute when he was adjudged to give away the penalty that turned the game, scored by Steve Coppell. And then it was Price who was caught in possession. That also led to the second goal, scored by Scott McGarvey. A final score then at Old Trafford is Manchester United 2, Tottenham Hotspur 0.
Yes, a marvellously entertaining game, and what a great finish for young Scott McGarvey, as Martin mentioned there, just 19 on Thursday. But what about that penalty? Undoubtedly, it was the turning point of the match. So afterwards, I spoke to two of the men concerned, Steve Coppell and to Ray Clements.
Well, you always feel that you're hard done to in these situations. It was a sort of incident that, you know, some referees give, some don't. Depends which way he's feeling at the time, I think. We felt that maybe that Frank was maybe backing into Paul Price. Paul, in fact, did head the ball. But it was certainly one that goes either way in the game, and unfortunately for us, it went United's way.
With Frank missing the one against Liverpool a couple of weeks back, I thought it must be my turn now, because we've had a few players at the penalties. So all this week I've been practicing penalties, but Frank's been practicing alongside me, so we didn't really know what the situation was today. We didn't know whether Frank was going to take them or myself. But when the decision was given, we both sort of just looked at each other, and I just grabbed hold of the ball then. So I think our eyes said an awful lot between us.
I mean, to take responsibility in a situation like that, considering who the goalkeeper was, did you have second thoughts?
Well, I did when there was such a long wait, and as I was sort of running back, Garth Crook said to me, he's a good goalkeeper, you know. So well, I know that, there's no need to tell me. Yes,
I thought the longer I could make Stevie wait, the more nervous he would get, because it was such a vital penalty. But in the end, I made him wait a little bit too long, because the referee booked him for time wasting, actually, not for dissent, as a lot of people thought. It was actually for time wasting that he booked me.
And when the kick was taken, he didn't show too many nerve, did he?
No, I think he came up and hit it very cleanly. In fact, I got my fingertips to it, but he hit it too cleanly to get enough behind it to divert it round the post.
Luckily, it went in. I was well pleased to see it there.
Is that your favourite side?
I've only got one side. It's the only side that can hit them in, so I might have to finish my penalty career straight away, I think.
It's 1-0.
Well, that penalty certainly proved to be the turning point in the game, but I thought United fully deserved the 3 points for a fine second-half performance. Perhaps the most significant aspect of the game, however, was the form of the midfield men. Ron Greenwood announces his squad tomorrow for the game against Wales next week, and on yesterday's evidence, how about a midfield lineup of Brian Robson, Ray Wilkins, Steve Coppell and Glenn Hoddle? I must say immediately that Coppell should play a wing role, wide on the right and coming back to help the defence when necessary. He's returned to form at just the right time for England. Coppell's always at his best when running past defenders, down the flanks, and has lost none of his pace. But it has to be said that his best crosses are made from the right wing, and that's where Greenwood should use him. Brian Robson is a player of real quality. Yesterday he performed more of a defensive role, but he has tremendous vision and knows when to push forward. He popped up ideally here to get in a header from Stapleton's cross. When Robson arrived at Old Trafford, Ray Wilkins' place in the side was seriously questioned. But with Robson alongside him, Wilkins has become far more direct. Here we see him catch this ball in his chest and flight a lovely ball upfield for Coppell. Instinctive passing is just what Greenwood is looking for. Glenn Hoddle wasn't at his best yesterday, but even so his class stood out a mile. On numerous occasions he played inch-perfect balls to the front men, and here is a fine example. A perfectly weighted pass through the middle for Garth Crooks, who is just beaten by goalkeeper Bailey. Well, I've given it plenty of thought in recent weeks, and I now feel that Robson, Wilkins, Coppell and Hoddle should be Greenwood's choice for Spain. The three United men have built up a good understanding, and that will be invaluable. That trio plus Glenn Hoddle would be an ideal blend.
Well, in a few moments, we'll get a view from the Spurs manager Keith Birkinshaw as to whether Liverpool can be caught at the top of the First Division. Before that, let's see one of the other teams involved, Ipswich. They were at home yesterday to Stoke City. Anglia Television provide the pictures. Jerry Harrison is the commentator. Stoke are in the stripes.
Now, Alan Murin swinging it beautifully to Brazil. Burley coming up on the overlap. There he is. Burley in a great position here. Here's Mariner. A simple header. A terrific run, though, by George Burley. Look at Burley's run. He's come 50, 60, 70 yards to get that. And then he picks his man out so well. A bouncing ball, too. And Mariner, a simple task, which he does very well indeed. Appeals for handball there, but Mariner gets the rebound. The game goes on, and it's Walk finding Alan Brazil, who's been kept quiet in this game, mainly because he hasn't had any service. Brazil going for this, though. Brazil still there. Just touch wide. Real powerful, penetrating run when the odds look stacked against him. Mariner got a touch, and Walk. Walk wraps it up. Stoke heads go down, Ipswich arms go up. It's 2-0. We've got less than a minute left. The points are Ipswich Town's. Good corner. Mariner and Butcher going for the flick on. It's Mariner who gets it, and Walk with a diving header into the side netting.
So 2-0 the final score, and with Liverpool getting 3 points as well, there's no significant change there. The top 5 all winning. Liverpool's 1-0 victory over West Brom, their 9th in succession. So can they be caught? A reaction from the Spurs manager Keith Birkinshaw, whose team is now 14 points behind Liverpool, but with 3 games in hand still.
Well, Liverpool must be firm favourites now, but don't forget they've 5 matches in the last 7 or 8 away from they've got them away from home. There's nothing absolutely certain in football, and I would think that Bob Paisley, if you said to him who's going to win it, he'd say, well, a long way to go yet, and that's how it is.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what Bob Paisley would say too. The Liverpool manager is still in bed, incidentally, recovering from illness, but he should be all right later this week. Well, now again, with more importance to those clubs trying to avoid relegation, it also gives us another opportunity to have a look at Everton, who we saw playing so well on the programme last week, you'll remember. They were away to Sunderland, whose recent form has been impressive, 8 points from the last 4 games. Tyne Tees Television were at Roker Park. The commentator there, Roger Thames.
Alan Durbin keeps the side that fought back with impressive determination to salvage a point at Spurs on Wednesday night, despite being 2 goals down with 10 minutes left. It was Nick Pickering who grabbed the equaliser and then believed he'd scored the winner, only to see his goal ruled out for offside. The Roker revival has also coincided with the return to the attack of 19-year-old Colin West. He pleaded with Durbin for the chance to play and has kept his word with 3 goals in 4 games. Everton manager Howard Kendall insists it's been the team's results that have been inconsistent recently, not their form. They did Sunderland few favours in midweek when they lost at Coventry after impressively winning their 2 previous away games. Everton make 3 changes from that defeat. Billy Wright returns to the defence in preference to Mike Lyons, who's the sub, and Kevin Richardson replaces Trevor Ross. And Mick Ferguson plays his first full game in attack for 6 months instead of the injured Graham Sharp. Today's referee, Michael Peck from Kendal in Cumbria. It's exactly 12 months since Sunderland won a game at Roker Park on a Saturday afternoon, and how desperately they need to break that duck against Everton this afternoon. Higgins beaten by West, but Wright is able to sweep up, though Cummins was right there and made him opt for the safety of touch. The line for West, Higgins right there with him, but Cummins can take it up now. He's got a yard on them, and Wright was covering, but Cummins got away then. With a mistake there, West, a brilliant save by Southall after the mistake by Higgins. But West, who's been in goal-scoring form recently, was sharp to get the shot in. The original mistake was by Higgins. It came to West, his shot quickly though, and Southall parried. Higgins, and he'll be booked for that after being penalised for the foul on Gary Rowell. Mark Higgins booked for the display of disagreement by kicking the ball away. So Mick Buckley lining up the free kick. All the Sunderland players, apart from Cummins at the far post. Hindmarch was going towards it. Rowell, he scored. Gary Rowell. And Gary Rowell has been winding up for that one. Not the first time Rowell's got on the end of a ball, hoisted deep into the Everton box. Buckley's free kick. Rowell came in there unmarked, and Southall had little chance. West now, it's fallen for Rowell, but offside. No, it's already blown for the free kick, just though it might have been offside given, but in fact the free kick is to Sunderland. Must have blown for the earlier offence. So the advantage still definitely with Sunderland. As Everton line up their wall. Rowell is on the end of it. Still not back the required distance. Buckley for Cummins. Straight back off the wall. Chisholm tries one, and not far away either. The first effort at goal Gordon Chisholm has had, and that's perhaps indicative of the positive attitude Sunderland have had here. That free kick ricocheting to him, and he brought it down well and tried the first time effort. Elliott, back for Ferguson though. Carl McMahon, from Burrows. Heath, but he was offside. Cummins. Oh, that's a mistake there. Irvine, Turner. That's a goal for Everton. A terrible mistake in the middle of the Sunderland defence and gifted there for Everton. And Irvine snapped up the chance. Stan Cummins, the danger wasn't there, but that was a poor pass. They were all caught off balance, and Irvine slid in, and Turner just couldn't hold it back. March and Wright pumping it back into the middle, and the referee blows the half-time whistle. And when Sunderland had looked to be in some control after Gary Rowell had given them the lead after 17 minutes, Everton have got back onto level terms after a bad mistake in the middle of the Sunderland defence by Cummins, and Irvine was in there to net the equaliser. So the whole balance of this game has changed radically in the last 5 minutes, but at half-time the scoreline is Sunderland 1, Everton 1. Gary Rowell, who put Sunderland into the lead, and Stan Cummins, I wonder what he said to his teammates after really setting up the chance for Everton to equalise. But it's Sunderland who get the second half underway, attacking the goal to our left. Though for most of the first half, they really looked a far more convincing outfit than they have done for so long at Roker Park this season. In fact, it's remarkable to note that the current run of 4 games without defeat is Sunderland's best run since they returned to the First Division at the beginning of last season. Cummins. And a good move that. Hinnigan on the overlap. West, handball surely by Billy Wright, penalty. And he'll get booked as well. And Billy Wright, who in the same game last season scored an own goal, gives Sunderland the penalty. Southall was committed, West hooked it back, and there was Wright to turn it away with his hand. So West denied the goal, but the pressure transferred, I expect, to Gary Rowell, although the referee is having a word with the linesman on the far side. It's still a penalty, much to the relief of the Roker crowd. and the pressure goes to Gary Rowell. Still arguments with Wright. The point explained by Mr. Peck, but Gary Rowell, who hauled Sunderland back into the game at Tottenham in midweek with a penalty, has the responsibility now to restore his team's lead. He's converted 2 penalties already this season. No mistake whatsoever. Gary Rowell puts Sunderland back into the lead. Nine minutes gone in the second half. And as cool a penalty as you could get, tucked right into that corner by Gary Rowell. Finnegan. Ainscough felled there. Kai Buckley. Towards Ferguson. Hindmarch jumping well. Finnegan gets it clear, but McMahon wants straight to Cummins though, and Buckley takes it up. Cummins, he's not offside. Some appeals from the Everton defenders, but Stan Cummins for Sunderland. West is in the middle. West again. He's given it. West makes it 3-1, and West has done it again. A fine break down the right, and a good cross in as well. West came through powerfully. Southall kept the first effort out, but West followed up. A bit of a flurry there between Ferguson and Elliott. The referee had spotted it because he's having a quick word with Ferguson. Unobtrusively, but positively. Munro, good work by Munro for Pickering, who thrusts forward. Still with Pickering, he might try one. Oh, fine save. And Southall happy to hack that one clear, but only as far as Buckley. Rowell jumping, but couldn't direct the header on target. Everton are going to bring on their substitute. Man coming off is Alan Irvine. And it's their veteran stalwart Mick Lyons coming on. Irvine going off, and Lyons coming on, and straight away Lyons will go forward into the attack. McMahon. Burrows. Ainscough. Direct free kick to Everton. Just 5 minutes left in the game. Quickly taken. McMahon. All the Sunderland players back in their own penalty area. Burrows. And away by Chisholm. Ratcliffe into the middle. Ferguson's jumping for it. Falls to Richardson. Back off the post. A fine snapshot by Kevin Richardson. Rebounding back off the post. It's still not clear. McMahon. Heath. McMahon again. Burrows. McMahon, who's seen so much of the ball this afternoon. Burrows trying to work the opening. Aim towards Lyons at the far post. Elliott. Lyons getting it back. Difficult one for the keeper with Ferguson right there. But the foul by the big centre-forward on the goalkeeper. But a narrow escape a few moments ago for the Sunderland defence. And the ball played out to Kevin Richardson, and a really fierce first-time effort that rebounded off the post and was scrambled to safety. Higgins, there goes the final whistle, and Alan Durbin goes off knowing his side have gained 3 invaluable points. It was Colin West who got the 3rd goal and gave Sunderland the breathing space after Gary Rowell had scored 2 goals, the second from the penalty spot. So a vital victory this for Sunderland, who deserved the 3 points. And the Sunderland team go into the dressing room to celebrate, and the fans can reflect that First Division football next season is still a possibility at Roker Park. The final scoreline reading Sunderland 3, Everton 1.
So a win for Sunderland takes them out of the bottom 3. Stoke, who we've also seen on the programme today, now next to bottom, still 5 points clear of Middlesbrough. Well, that's all today. Our congratulations this weekend go to Altrincham for reaching Wembley in the FA Trophy. Commiserations, though, to Northwich. Congratulations, too, to Manchester United's young striker, Scott McGarvey, who scored his first league goal only days before his 19th birthday. A really marvellous moment for him, wasn't it, Dennis?
Yes, and there was a lot of pressure yesterday on all United forwards to score at Old Trafford. The more experienced players have had their problems in front of goal. So it was refreshing to see young Scott McGarvey seize his opportunity, and my congratulations go to him. Good afternoon.
Can you remember exactly what you felt when the ball hit the back of the net?
Is it true? Did I go in? Had to look twice, really. But I just seen Frank Stapleton running at me, you know, and I realised it was a goal.
Wilkins wants the return from Grimes. He's slightly impeded as he made his run. But Augustin has won it back from Price. And the goal from Scott McGarvey.